Okay, so now that we've had our filling marinating overnight, let's get it out of the fridge, get it back in the pan, and let's heat it up and tweak it just a little, because it always needs a little bit of tweaking. Usually it's a little bit more salt and a little bit more Texas Pete hot sauce, and then it's good to go. So let's get started. Oh my God, it smells good already. Come on, let's go tweak it. Get that spread out nice and even. Alright, always put this in the sink. Let's get everything in the sink. Let's keep a clean environment. Let's heat this baby up and see what we got going on. Again, we're going to put on a medium heat just to get it going. And you let it do its thing, you know? Let it be. So let's get a close-up and see how it looks so far. Look at the beautiful colors and texture. Just look how everything's just mixed really well. And you hear that sizzle? That's the sizzle of beauty. Okay, I want to stir that up every few minutes. Making sure, like I said, that it cooks evenly. You let it cook, but you got to stir every once in a while. So let's give it a taste. You definitely need some more salt and a little more hot sauce. Let's go rinse this off first. Again, we're using Himalayan pink sea salt. A nice flavor to it. And a little more than that. Again, some Texas Pete hot sauce. You want to add some of that to it, add a little more kick. You don't want to go too hot, but you need that little kick. It's the piece de resistance. It's what gives it that flavor. I don't even know what piece de resistance means. Let's mix that up. You want to get it mixed in good before you taste it again, because you might get a salt bomb. Plus you want to give it a few minutes to let those flavors just again meld together. Okay, so let's get another taste. It's almost there. Let's rinse our spoon once again. Okay, the heat's good. Need just a little bit more salt. We're going to let that cook for a few minutes though. One more taste. I'm going to shut the heat off now. Now we're going to cover this and set it to the side. I'm going to remove that from the heat. Now let's get started on the dough. These are the ingredients we're going to need for the dough. 6 cups of flour, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 1 cup of sugar, 3 egg yolks, and 1.5 cups of water. Okay, so let's get started. So what you want to do first is you want to take your 6 cups of flour, and you want to take your salt, your 1½ teaspoons of salt, and you want to take your cup of sugar, and you want to mix them and whisk them together. All right, so I'm putting my cup of sugar in there. my teaspoon and a half of salt. Gonna get my whisk out. And we want to whisk those together. That's whisked together. So next what we want to do is we want to mix our 3 egg yolks and a cup and a half of water together. Let's get a bowl for that. Okay, we'll set this off on the side for a bit. Get your cup and a half of water in the bowl. Add your 3 egg yolks. Okay. And we want to whisk those together. So now once we've got that mixed in there, what we want to do is make a stiff dough. So I'm going to get a big spoon for that, just so we don't get it all messy. Just to get it started. As you can see, that's starting to come together. Alright. After a while, we're going to have to get our hands in there, And it's about that time. When I was in high school, I actually took a course in commercial baking. So now you want to get that mixed together. Make sure you get in there on the bottom because sometimes flour gets stuck at the bottom. There's still some flour here that needs to get incorporated in there. Takes a while. I've actually tripled the recipe so make sure that we make enough for everybody. Now for my wife and my daughter, I'm going to do something a little different because they're on a ketogenic diet. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the filling that would be for the empanadas into a stuffed pepper for them. Okay, I'm going to take this out because some of the stuff on the bottom is not going to mix right. So you got to get it mixed good. And get it in there. And I'll push a little bit in the center here. Put that on the side. Now we can control it better. Now that I have it mixed in there. It's a bit of a drier dough, but it's what you need to make empanadas. The things we do for love, right? This is a request from my son Frank. Starting to come together now. So you need a strong hand. So now we have our basic dough. Now we're going to knead this together for about 8 minutes. You won't see it for 8 minutes because that's the beauty of video editing. 8 minutes is going to fly for you. For me, it's going to be forever. I'm going to figure with the cup of sugar in there, it's going to have some sweetness to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in some cellophane, let it sit for a few minutes. Let's get some cellophane. Yeah, we're going to lose it. So now that's all wrapped up. Let's put it on the side. Now the dough's on the side. We have the filling on the side. Let's get started with the bell peppers. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to try to find bell peppers that could stand up on their own. Since I didn't do that, we're going to have to cut the bottom off just a little so we can, make them stand up. Just like that. Okay. Now you want to cut the top off, of course, get the label off it too. And when you cut the top off, then you're going to want to cut out the insides, all the seeds and everything. Now, I'm using peppers, bell peppers with 3 bumps on the bottom. The 3 bumps on the bottom are male peppers, okay? Red peppers, or bell peppers in this case, with 4 bumps on the bottom are female peppers. The reason you want to use the male pepper is because it has less seeds and it's better used in cooking methods versus the females, which uses better for raw applications like salads. We get that all cleared out, just like that. Stands up on its own. Okay, so now once we get this insides cut out, you want to get rid of the excess here. Also, we don't need these seeds either. Okay, that's one. Of course, we're going to have to cut the bottoms of all of them. Now again, you don't want to cut through. You just want to cut a little bit off the bottom so that they stand up. Cut the top off. And take out all the stuff inside. There's that white membrane too long, you want to get that out. Some people save the tops, I don't. You can do either way you want to do it. Got those cleaned out. That's two. Bag right there. Get the label off. Hey, look, I'm 4 for 4. Hey, cool. So we get that out, and there we have the 4. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to get a pot of water boiling. All right, and we want to submerge these in the boiling water for about 5 minutes to soften them up. At the same time, I'm going to put the oven on at 350 because these are going to bake for 25-30 minutes in the oven once they're stuffed. So now let's get some water boiling. It's just about there. Now at the same time, what you want to do is you're going to want to put the heat on because you want to get that oil hot because the empanadas are fried. So let's get that going. To medium-high heat. It's going to take a little while to heat up, so you want to get it to about 350 degrees. The water's just about boiled. So we're also going to want to add some salt to the water. Get some tongs out because I always want to be safe. Now at the same time, I'm going to get this oven going. About 350 right there. Okay, the water's starting to boil. Let's get those peppers in there. Make sure all the seeds are out of them. I'm going to drop 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to get those submerged. Get the water inside them. I'm going to give that about 5 minutes. So now, we're going to get this out of the way. We don't need the cutting board anymore. We don't need the knife either. But what we are going to need, we're going to need some flour and a rolling pin. So let's get that out. The rolling pin. Some flour. Now we're going to want to sprinkle some of this flour on our area because we're going to roll it out. This way it doesn't stick to the surface. A little bit more. You don't want to use too much because this will get absorbed into the dough and make it drier. Alright. So now we're going to unwrap our dough. I'm going to start banging it down a little bit. As a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do is break it into 2 sections. Nah, we're going to leave it as it is. Alright. Turn it over. Now we've got a little flour on it on both sides. You want to start to roll it out. pepperoni. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that. Try to come from the center out. Try to keep it as evenly as possible. Go this way. Go this way. And work it down. You want to try to get it as thin as possible. Make sure it's not sticking. Looks like it's sticking just a little. Get that up. Make sure you get more flour in there. Keep rolling it out. Oh, looks like we got about 35 seconds left on that water. Those peppers are going to be coming out soon. So let's stop this for 1 second. Let's get ourselves a pan to put those in. Put the pan ready to go. Okay, so let's get those out of the water. The aromatics of the pepper, you can smell it already. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we might as well get these into the oven. So let's get them stuffed. Now we have our filling and we have our peppers nice and ready to go. Fill these up. Peppers are hot. That's 1. These are really hot, so we're just going to bring this over here. Let's work smart, not hard, all right? Or in this case, let's work smart, not dumb. That's 2. Let's go to this side. 3. And number 4. Okay. We're going to get these into the oven and leave them in there for about 25-30 minutes. That was perfect. That's perfect. The oven just got to temp. Let's see what the oil temperature is. About 175, 180 gives us some time because I told you I want to get it to about 350. Okay, no higher than that though. So let's go keep rolling that dough out. We're going to take the filling, put it off to the side again so we stay out of our way. A little bit of filling there, so we're going to get that off the table. And continue to roll. So you want to try to get that thin. When it's too thick, it's not going to work. Alright. Getting closer. Getting thin now. Okay, we're almost there. That looks pretty good. Pretty darn good. Maybe just a little bit thinner. So now, we've got it pretty much where we want it. We want to get a bowl. About this size, it's a little big. But then again, you want to make a nice size empanada. So now what you want to do is you want to bring the meat mixture back over. You want to start filling them. Now you got to leave some space there because you have to fold them over on top of each other. Okay, let's put this on the side for now. And now let's also check our temperature for oil. Okay, the oil temp's about 300 degrees. I'm going to turn it up just a little. Okay, now our oil is starting to get there. We're at about 320. All right, a little bit hotter and we're good to go. In the meantime, we got to fold these over. We're going to need a little bit of water. Okay, so now I've got a brush, a little bit of water. A little bit of water on the outside. You want to get these nice and moist here. You want to fold it over. All right, and pinch it down. Make sure you get it sealed. And now, your empanada is going to look like that. All right, there's one. Make sure it's sealed good, because you don't want it splitting open. Okay, here comes number 2. We've got about maybe 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll have the ones coming out of the oven. Again, fold it over, press them down. My son really appreciates these because he tries to get on my soft side. I said, oh, Dad, it's so much better when you make your own dough. And I think he's buttering me up or something, you know. That's okay. You can butter me up all he wants. He's my son. I think I'm going to get a little radio, play some background music, you know. And make sure they're pressed down good because you don't want these to coming apart. I mean, sometimes it happens, but, you know, you try to avoid it. Some more water. Some people use an egg wash. For me, water is good enough. The secret is make sure you're pushing dough onto dough. You don't want dough pushing underneath because that's a recipe for failure. And we're not here for failure. We're here for success. Some people press down with a fork. You could also use the back. Anything that's hard plastic like I'm using here, you know, to spread it out with. For the next one, let's take a look at that oil. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get some of these started. But before I do that, I make sure I've got something to turn them on. I got some tongs over there. So let's get this show started. Now you're going to want to lay them in gently. Be careful, this is hot oil. Make sure you have some paper towels ready too, because when they're done cooking, you want to pat them down. While there's a cooking, I'm going to come over here and keep going. Add some more water to this one. So let's go take a look. They're starting to brown up nice. These have a little more meat than I normally would put in it, but it makes it a little more challenging to seal it up. But again, you know what? We're carnivores. We like our meat. This one looks good. Look how golden brown that is. That one came out beautiful. That, my friends, is an empanada. Let them rest. So let's get 2 more in there. Nice and easy. You don't want to hurt yourself. I'm just going to grab the whole roll of paper towels, you know? Fold that over, press it together, and seal it down. And we can press it like this, the side of it, cover more ground in one shot. You could use a whole bunch of different ways to do it. Just get it sealed. Let's go take a look. Okay, so at least now I'm going to get the ones that are in the oven out, the stuffed peppers. Let's see how they look. Hey, how you doing? Now some of these you might want to put some cheese on top. So let me get some dishes. In this house we only use the best paper. One. And each of them is going to get a red one. And a multicolored. So here we go with the stuffed pepper version. My wife will let me know how she likes it. Empanadas done. I'm going to go serve them to my son Frank now. So now here we have the finished product. We have the empanada. All right, so let's give it a taste. The dough is firm but sweet. The heat from the meat versus the sweetness from the dough just counteracts each other and levels it out. Overall, a good meal. All right, till next time, send me your recipes. I'll make them here. And if you like it, give me a subscribe at the bottom. Take care.